welcome everyone. So happy to see a lot of faces, a lot of IT girls here with us. Maybe quickly go through the agenda, what we have planned today. So first of all, we will do a short introduction of the new IT girls so that for all the new IT girls who are with us today, you can get to know us and what we're doing. We will tell you how you can become an active part of our community. And then we will hand over to the amazing IT girl, Linda, her to hold an introductory talk. And then we will have some networking and exchange at the end. So who are the new IT girls and why did we even create the new IT girls? Female students are advised against studying computer science. This was a headline in the end of 2018, and I'm sure many of you know similar headlines in newspapers and so on, who actually discourage women from following a career in tech. And from our point of view, this is really very sad because we think that each one of us has a lot to bring to the table. And we actually wanted to connect and find more women in IT to connect with. I'm in IT since 6 years now, and Doris also a couple of years already. And somehow still we were often the only women at events, at partners, at panel discussions and so on. And we said, okay, well, how come? Where are all the amazing women in IT? So we created the new IT Girls, which is a community that has the goal to really show the advantages of diversity in IT. We want to show how diverse job opportunities are in IT and thus positively influence the image of women in IT. Because we saw that still a lot of people, when you talk about that you're actually active in IT, think, okay, well, you have to be super technical, or these are just nerds. And really, even many study colleagues, after I did my studies in economics, said, okay, wow, you're working at Microsoft, like you have to be so technical. And I said, like, okay, well, IT is a big branch, and you can do many different things in IT, from sales to project management, obviously also coding, which is super interesting and is not nerdy at all. And we want to really show this with all of you who joined today, that us as a community, we are the new IT girls, and we actually are so diverse by ourselves. And we really want to spread this word to encourage even more women to follow a career in tech. Yeah, Christina or Doris, I don't know who wants.
So if you want, Doris, otherwise I was prepared to do it. how you like?
Go for it. I'm not prepared, but I can do it as well. But please go for it.
Okay. So as Astrid mentioned before, we are like from the community for the community. So for us, it's really important. Each one of us has really great experiences. We have different stories, backgrounds, and tools each can benefit from. So what we especially do here is we give you the stage to present yourself and to share your learnings, your best practices, so that we can all learn from you and from the discussion between each other. And this is how we empower and strengthen each other. So here you see a variety of events we have done before. So Johanna and I joined the New IT Girls, so this is why we are four on the here there. But the most important thing is each one of you can be a speaker like Linda is today. So if you want to do so, please send your ideas, send your topics, send your interests. You find the link there, and we'll send it afterwards to you as well. You can always come up with ideas, and we try to fit them into our schedule. We have like a monthly meetup, and one of them could be you as a speaker. This is how Linda did it. Okay. So we would really welcome if any of you want to join us and talk about their special heart affair on topic.
Okay.
Okay. So on the other side, we are we are an association, and we all do it voluntarily. So we gladly welcome also sponsors if you're interested in that. Also for 2021, we have built some new packages which are really great for sponsors, like for recruiting, employer branding and stuff like that. And just come up to us and we'll discuss the options with you. So if your company or somebody you know would be interested, just hit us up. Okay. And then finally, we have really great news. So since I'm like a fangirl from the first moment, I can proudly say I think it's really great what Astrid and Doris have built up in such a short time. Yeah, they started it in 2019, and now they're nominated for the Women in Tech Ally of the Year award, which is a global award, so it's a really big thing. And each of you, thanks. You could really support us if you go to this link, and if you share the link, because every share counts as a vote.
Okay.
I think we started yesterday. We are already up to 40 votes or something, but you could really help us take this award, take it home. Yeah, in a virtual way. I don't think it's a real one, but still, it would be really great, and it also would raise a lot of awareness and visibility for each of us. Yes, could somebody share the link? I do it afterwards.
It's here as QR code and also on our social media channels. But if you just want to scan it,
we can also put it in the chat afterwards. I can do it. Yeah. Because sometimes I think the QR code doesn't work. Okay. So, and then last but not least, I don't know if everybody on each of you already knows the new IT girls, but some of you do. And so we would be really glad if you could hit this link and tell us why do you think we should take this award home. So why should the new IT girls be the Tech Ally of the Year? And if you come up with any reasons, just put them in there. That would be really great. It does build a word cloud afterwards. So this would be something we would really love to take home today.
Yes.
So, and last but not least, if you haven't joined the LinkedIn group, please do so. If you haven't followed our new LinkedIn page, please also do so. I will provide you, when Linda talks, I will provide you with the links in the chat. And in the meantime, I'll give over to Astrid, because she has the next good news.
Yes. Thank you, Christina. Maybe just before we hand over to Linda, a couple of things. So for everyone who wants to plan already, our next meetup will be, of course, also held virtually on December 9th. So if you want to mark it in your calendar, the meetup invitation will also go out soon. But just for you so that you can mark, it will be also around 6, I think we said, in the evening. It didn't even end here. And then Christina already mentioned, I guess you all found our meetup already because you're here. So yay, that's good. We're also active on LinkedIn. We have a company page, so to say, and one closed group where we want to really encourage you to exchange, post interesting articles that you found maybe that were valuable for you, books that you read, podcasts that you have, job offers if you have anything. So really feel free to get the engagement going so that we're also connected while not being on a virtual meetup. We will also post the links in the chat afterwards. And so that I do not forget, as it's different times, we would still like to do a quick photo if you would all agree. So if we could quickly turn on the camera, I would love for us to at least take a screenshot so that we all have a memory of today and tonight. I'm just waiting for a few more cameras to join and to move to together mode, I think. I tell you when you should smile so that you don't get a cramp in your face. You can always smile. Everyone ready?
Yes.
Cheese! And it's always a challenge because I always manage to make a photo where at least someone has her eyes closed. But I think it looks actually quite good. I'm just doing a second one just to be sure. 1 second, I just need to save it. And then we're doing a second one. So one more time, where do we want to sit? Oh, with a cat.
It's pretty unfair because you see the together mode and we don't, right?
Yes.
I will
We
share
only see ourselves.
Oh, there is a cat. Oh, cute.
Yes, that looks really good. No, sorry, one more time. I cut someone out. Okay, cheese. Okay, but now. Yes, perfect. And with that, I actually don't want to spend more time. I hope that it helps you to get quick introduction of who we are, what we do, and why we do it. And now I want to hand over to Linda, who will tell us more about making up with automation. Linda, what is this about?
Hello, thank you very much for handing over to me. So I will just quickly share my screen so that you all can see my presentation. So I can just share the whole screen. Can I? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, but no, it's the wrong screen.
I know this problem as well.
Usually I use Zoom for presentations, so it's not that easy for me today with Microsoft Teams, but it's fine. I guess it will work.
We can see it.
So, can you see my screen now?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, perfect. So, unfortunately, I cannot see you now. So that's not really perfect, but I will anyhow try to manage this without seeing you.
But if you move the Teams window to the second screen, does that work? Or do you need both screens for your presentation?
I actually don't need both screens, but
because I had the presentation, for example, on my second screen, and I saw you here. Maybe just if it doesn't work.
I think I will just leave it like it is, or I will just try to add a third screen if we have 1 minute left, because it's not that. So I'm really sorry.
I like your way of thinking. It's always good to get to know new tools. That's true. I actually got to know Zoom because of my yoga teacher, because since the first lockdown, she does all of her classes via Zoom. And this was the first time for me using Zoom, and I was completely lost at the beginning, but it actually works also quite well.
So,
Also, maybe in the meantime, just what I forgot to say, if we're not yet connected on LinkedIn, obviously, please feel free to send us a LinkedIn request, because we want to be a community. Community just works with a we in it. So please feel free to connect with us. Would be happy to stay in touch with all of you. And now I shut up.
So unfortunately, it doesn't work with my setup, but it's perfectly fine. I will just try without seeing you, but that's perfectly fine. So first of all, thank you very much that I can be here and that I can talk today about my passion, like it's IT and everything that goes with it. So for example, digitization, digitalization, and also automation. But before we would start, I would like to ask you to scan this QR code with your phone. You can just open your camera and then scan the code, and then you can see, I have no idea if you see what I'm showing into the camera at the moment, but this is a small survey. It's just some questions. I would like to ask you about how long are you working so far, and how many years of it you're working with IT or in the IT department. But it's also fine if you're not working in the IT department. That's also great. So you can also enter 0. And yeah, please tell me when you are finished. Then I will go back to the presentation. So, okay, it really doesn't work because I would like to show you the live dashboard, but then I would have to change teams, but okay, that's not really working at all.
Does it help if you reconnect, Linda?
I'm not sure if this works. I think that's just my team setup with my Mac that it doesn't really work. But it's fine.
It's not working with the normal camera, mobile camera.
It's perfectly fine. We have 2 people. 2 people did the survey.
I'm still on it.
But I just wanted to show you the live dashboard. But I will just change the screen so that I just show you the whole screen. Let's... So now you can see the live dashboard, I guess, or I hope so. So,
Yes, we can see it now.
Okay.
it's really cool. So we have a lot of people working in the IT department. So I can see 6 years of 6 years working in the IT. Here I can see 22 years working so far and 4 years in IT. That's also great. And yeah, also here 10 years and 8 years of them in the IT department. I'm really happy that we have so many girls here in the IT department. I guess there are just girls in the call at the moment, or are there any men here?
I don't think so. I think all girls are here.
Yeah, from what I can see, I would also say.
How I can put my survey over there? I'm unable to scan the from my camera.
It's not able to scan?
No.
Okay, I can also...
If you can send me the link, then that would be great.
Yes, of course. Can anybody send the link and I can go on with the presentation?
I'll try to send it. Mhm.
I'm not really happy with the team setup because I'm sleeping. I'm so
I
sorry. I
think
will
Zoom.
start
I
the
think Zoom is
presentation.
very much straightforward. Teams is very complicated for us who has never heard about the Teams and not working with that.
Actually, it's not about.
I think it's a Mac, right?
I, no, it's not. It's actually not working. I cannot. I cannot click on anything. So
It's okay. I am in.
I know it's
Sorry.
working now. It's working now again. Okay, back to the presentation. So first of all, thank you very much for filling out the survey. So that's really great that I can get to know you better because it's really good for me to see who is there and to get to know you all here. So, but now I will start with the presentation. So first, I would like to talk about digitalization. So, what for me, so for my experience, is the difference between digitization and digitalization. First of all, did anybody here hear the word digitization yet?
Yeah.
Yep, it's perfect. That's really cool. And the other thing I would like to talk about is digitalization or also digitization and automation. So here it will mainly be about how can automation support digitization and why this is so important. So, but before we start, who am I? So many of you maybe know me because I'm usually
Just
every
a
time
quick question, Linda. I'm seeing before we start still as a slide.
really, that's
I
not
don't see
good.
the presentation either, so I guess maybe it's a different. Now I see
Yeah. Yeah.
yours. Yeah.
It shouldn't. Can you see it now? I really don't
Yes.
like Teams.
I see that you click on play, but it doesn't change anything. It still looks like it's not on play mode.
That's that's not perfect actually. I will
Uh,
try it again.
do you see it somewhere in presentation mode?
Yes, but I will try to share my whole screen again, so it doesn't work when I share Keynote. So I think Teams just the Mac
Oh yeah, you
applications. I
should
guess.
use Office 365. End of the advertisement. Now we see it in presentation mode.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. Perfect, it works now. I can still not see you, so please talk to me if you want to say anything because I cannot see anything in Teams.
Yeah.
We will
So
just.
great. So first of all, I asked you about how long you were working so far and also of how long you're working in IT. And for me, for example, I am now the 7th year working in the IT. So I started in 2013 in Vienna. So I started to work as a client engineer. I set up the desktop PCs and notebooks at Drei in Austria. So it's one of the telecommunications companies. It's actually the second biggest one. And I have been there for 5 years, and I did like a lot of different projects, a lot of different products, and I also held a lot of different roles because I'm the kind of person that's getting bored after like doing things longer than 1 year. So that's also background why I'm such a, I would say, generalist, because I did like a lot of different things in a lot of different departments also. Um, it was the first time for me when I started the presentation this time that I asked my colleague to write some words about me. And she described me as ambitious, process and documentation oriented, extremely motivated, and a synonym of agile. I added the, what is it? Anführungszeichen in English, you see me. But because agile is like a a funny word. So many people or also many companies don't really get the word agile, but I would see it as being really flexible and just to think about the situation you are at the moment and to cope with a situation that's coming at the moment. For example, that Teams is not working and that I cannot see you. And also try to be happy and also in this situation. So I started working with IT in 2008. It was also the time when I started with my studies. So not studies, like with high school in Austria. And yeah, I did a technical school where I also learned programming, but it was a little bit hard in the beginning, to be honest. But when we started to do Java development, I really liked it. Like it was really my thing because we started to do front-end development also. And that was also something that I really liked. So at Creative IT, I'm known as the process nerd because I love to optimize and document every little process in detail, but it's not about documenting the stuff, it's documenting it so that you can automate it. So that's really important for me because yeah, I think that scalability just comes with automation. But more of that is coming now. So first of all, I would like to start to clarify some terms because IT can be like a lot of different things, to be honest. So if I would ask you, what do you think about IT? It could probably be something different than I would think about what is IT. So when we look into some of the definitions of IT, it could be, for example, the use of computers to store, retrieve, transmit, and manipulate data or information. Actually, that is the first sentence in Wikipedia if you look for IT. And I don't say that it's wrong, so it's fine, but it's like it can be everything in IT. So it's like it's everything and nothing. Another definition is, for example, that IT is typically used within the context of business operations as opposed to personal or entertainment technologies. And that what I think is really interesting because that was how I experienced IT. For example, I did a lot of projects with business departments. So for example, I was working with the sales department and we did an application for them to support their lead management and also their presentations at clients and everything like that. And we also did an application for our employees at DREI. And we did like a lot of different things where we digitalized services and also like products internally and also entertainment products. So for example, I did the front-end implementation for the sports products at DREI. So I was part of the multimedia team. So we were like the multimedia coders. We did the entertainment products for the marketing department, and this was really, really cool because we had the products like really facing to the consumers and to the customers, and this was really cool. So I never really worked in the core IT department, like of course with different departments, but I mainly used to work in the product development for B2C clients. Another interpretation of IT could also be just techniques to process data, or for example, the application of algorithms to support decision making, or for example, the simulation of higher order thinking through computer programs. So if we take a look into those things in detail, we can think about a computer to be something like bits and bytes. So you can think about it like there are zeros and ones and stuff like that. Like the thing I have on my hand, it's the number 7 because it's my birthday on the 7th of November. This is actually the day after tomorrow. And you can think about a computer to process this data so that you can read it. So you wouldn't be able to read those bits and bytes like the zeros and ones and stuff like that. You need a computer to translate it for you. So that would be a technique for processing data. So, for example, then you also have a technique. So, for example, to use algorithms to support your decision making. That would be the support of IT to look into your data, to process the data somehow, and then to do calculations so that decisions can be made easily. So this means that IT supports you to make a decision, and so that this is easier for you. So we're working with processing of data here. And the third interpretation would be the simulation of higher order thinking through computer programs. So my interpretation here would be somehow similar than the first one or the last one, like the application of algorithms, but we would add like artificial intelligence or the human brain in there. Like before you make a decision, you apply higher thinking, like higher order thinking processes to get to the decision. And that's also the last, I would say, boring theory. And then I will come to more funny examples. But so the last slide about the theory, I'm so sorry. I would like, so I told you that I would like to talk about the digitalization. So I cannot talk today. It's like a really long week, I think, for all of us. But yeah, so we're talking about digitization. What is digitization? Does anybody know what this could mean? Not everybody. No, but digitization is just a process to move an analog data to be digital, so to be in a digital form. So for example, if I would like to make this sheet of paper digital, then I would need to scan it somehow with a scanner, for example, and then add, for example, an OCR reader to that so that I can interpret all the letters and stuff in there, and then I'm able to digitalize it. So it's the process of compressing analog media into bits and bytes so that they can be available in digital form. So then what is automation? Automation is the process when you, for example, you're doing a manual step and then you change it so that a computer does your manual step. So in the end, it is the digital mapping of or the automation of existing process steps in order to save manual work steps. And the last thing is digitalization. So that would be a digital transformation, as I would call it. And here you can think about like what is a digital transformation. It's like something that you have a human and you have an IT program or IT services or products or whatever, because actually it's like constantly adapting to new technologies, to new processes, and ensuring that people can network and exchange information with others. For example, that what we are doing today, like to exchange within the IT Girls network. That's also part of digitalization, if we would see it as a whole. And in between here, we have something that I will explain you later. But now we can come to the funny examples, because I would like to tell you what a process actually is. To explain you that, I would like to have a look at our daily routines. So I think everybody of you saw the intro that I would like to talk about makeup today, because yeah, we're just girls, so we can talk about makeup. And did anybody of you yet think about how to digitalize putting on makeup or applying makeup?
Well, actually, I remember Casper, the movie with the ghost. I don't know if you saw it. It's a kids' movie. And I remember that there was one scene where they went down to the basement and there was this a chair they were sitting in, and there was everything automated, with quotation marks. They had automatic toothbrushing and putting on powder and so on. And if I think about that, then I'm curious how that will work. Because it didn't end up very well in that movie, at least.
I also have seen that one of the Mr. Bean. You I don't know if you heard about him. He's a comedian, Mr. Bean, and
Yes.
yes, he's having one video that he's automatic the machine, and the machine feed him with the spoon and wipe his mouth with the tissues and drink the water, and then the all the machine messed up, and the machine will quickly feed him and wipe his mouth and drink the water automatically, and suddenly it smash everything, and that was so funny. So if you have a few minutes to go through that video is very funny with the automation of machine, how machine can feed you. So it's very funny.
That's very funny. We can have a look at it later when we are in the networking part.
Yes.
That would be cool.
I would also maybe, I don't know, think about it. If you say digitization is like the process of transforming like content into digital format, maybe something like, I don't know, having all the reviews, having all the description of different makeup products to make it like more digital, and then to automate it, I don't know, maybe some tutorials or whatever. Or maybe digitalization would be like the tutorial based, like how you would apply it, what things fit to it, and stuff like this. Don't know.
Maybe you take a picture and then it analyzes your type of skin tone, and it automatically proposes the right color of lipstick or so.
Okay, I'm really impressed by the ideas. I think we can.
Should we start a startup?
I think we should do that. We should really do that, because a lot of things were really the same ideas that I thought about. So, for example, if we think about digitization, so actually the process of turning the bytes into digital form. So actually, what could we do here? So, for example, somebody already said it, that you could, for example, film you when you're putting on makeup, and then you could, for example, make a makeup tutorial on YouTube. So that would be somehow a process of digitize applying makeup, but you can also put it like one step further. You could also digitize the human and digitize putting on makeup, like to do it totally virtually. So that would be the things that I thought about. And
I think there is some games for girls to make up the Barbie dolls, and you can choose the different types of products. You can choose different colors of lipsticks and shadows and eyeshadows and everything, and then you can put it in a Barbie doll's face, and the new Barbie doll will come up with the our selection.
that's also really cool. That's also cool.
Or you just
Yeah.
apply a filter and then you look nice without putting any
Yes.
makeup on.
That's perfect, because that's the next example actually. So
Yeah.
if we have a look about, I told you that digitization is like the process from getting something from analog to digital. And I also told you that digitalization is a lot more than just turning something into digital form. It's somehow to connect humans with IT. So it's something in between. So for example, if we have a look at me without makeup, then I don't know, I think it's nice, but it's okay. But we can also put it there. This one or that one.
Beautiful.
Or
That's a new LinkedIn profile
this one.
picture.
I have no idea who is doing such filters, but yeah, you could. I could also apply this one. Or to be a little bit more natural, this one. So that would be my interpretation of digitalize, putting on makeup. But what do we see here? That's somehow just the front end. So if I just digitalize the putting on makeup with a filter, then if I move out and walk out, for example, then I'm not really beautiful at all. So how can we automate putting on makeup or applying makeup in real life? Does anybody have an idea?
Give everybody some kind of digital glass so that they see everybody very beautiful.
Okay, that would be also great. But I found one example from from a TV show. I think everybody of us know. The makeup gun Homer Simpson invented. So it would be a great idea, but I don't think that this works. And this also brings me to the second example. So we were talking about front end here when applying makeup because it's just something cosmetic. It's just something that you can see like above. But for example, if we look at the second example I have to brush your teeth. So how would it be possible to digitize brushing your teeth? I think we can go back to the example we had before, like to make a video about how you can brush your teeth. But for a backend, like I call this example now, it's a little bit more complicated to do such a tutorial, for example, because you cannot easily see the teeth if you are brushing, and then you cannot really talk to it. It's like a little bit harder. So we can see here a woman brushing the teeth of a skull. So we can see she's working somehow with a tool to do a mock-up. So that would be, for example, in backend development, you would use some kind of service, a mock-up of a service, so that you can test your service in total. So that would be possible, for example. Or you can also make up a new model, like we also had it at putting on makeup, that you can visualize, virtualize your teeth, and then you can show how you can brush your teeth. Another thing, for example, would be to digitalize it. So if we add the human factor here to it, it's not just to consume digital content, it's about how digitalization can help you. And actually there are toothbrushes on the market which can actually help you to brush your teeth better. And this would be a good example for digitalizing brushing your teeth. And of course, somebody also tried to automate brushing your teeth. Maybe some of you know the example. Did anybody see this thing so far?
It was a crowdfunding
Yes,
project, right?
yeah. We just need to put the toothpaste and put it in our mouth, so it will clean the mouth and our teeth.
Yeah, that would be great if this works. It would be great. But actually it was a huge scam. So
Yeah,
it didn't work at all. So this didn't work, and the automation of a makeup artist also didn't really work.
yeah.
So what did we learn now? So I wanted to tell you what a process is by looking into daily routines. So actually, a process is nothing more than a routine. So it's a series of actions or steps taken in an order to achieve a particular end. For example, to be beautiful at the end, so I apply makeup, or to have my teeth nice and that I can eat, and things like that. So it's not about just cosmetic things, but it's also about having a goal that my teeth are not black and that I can still use them. Good. That's really cool, but I also wanted to talk to you about the problem. So I mentioned some of the examples that didn't really work. But what's the problem with it? So why didn't it really work? Maybe some of you have already heard about a media transfer problem. That's actually the only word which is better in German, because in German you would say Medienbruch.
Yeah.
In English, it's a media transfer problem. And for example, if we go back to the makeup example, so we already said that this isn't really working, so we would just take it beside. And now we have the two different medias, let's say. So we have the digital world and we have the real world. And if I have a look at the real world, then in this example, I don't have any makeup at all. And if I look at the digital world, then I have makeup here. So, but what happens? If I move from the digital world into the real world, then this doesn't work. Because this is like, it's a media transfer problem, and this is where automation can help you in computer systems. So here I would like to show you another example. Like I also said in the introduction that a makeup artist is not likely to be automated. If you scan this QR code, you come to a page where you can have a look at this information, where I got it from. And actually you can see here that there's 1% chance of that a makeup artist is going to be automated. Why do you think that is?
Maybe because there are many variables, like different faces that need to be considered, and different types or so.
Yes, this could also be. I just think that the only problem is that this is in the real world. So it's not really a use case where what I can think about, for example, because it's something that I wouldn't think about automating. Because of course it would be great not to put on makeup, but also always if I think about automation, I think about automating something that I need to do digitally. So actually, I have no idea how to automate stuff in the real world. So how to build a robot to do something, because that's not my thing that I'm doing. But I can think about how to automate some services or things like that, for example. And here I would like to think about the next question. Did you ever think about applying makeup on a backend service? If we have a look at front-end versus backend, then so first of all, did anybody hear the terms front-end and backend yet? Except I told you that front-end would be our makeup and the backend would be brushing our teeth.
Yes, I'm a developer, so I
Yes.
know what is front end and what is back end.
I'm not a developer, but I know.
That's great. So here you can see the examples of the difference between front-end development and back-end development. So
Yeah.
if you think about the question, could I could I apply makeup on a backend? It's like maybe you could, but does it make sense? it's it's like you see it in the picture. The front end is like perfect, and then in the back end you see, yeah, that's not perfect at all. So it shouldn't be like that actually. But for example, another example would be you can apply makeup on a back end with the help of a front end. So for example, you can also make a front end like an admin interface for a backend service for developers to use. A front end doesn't always have to be for a customer or a client or something. It can also be for a developer. So that would also be like putting makeup on a backend.
Yeah.
But what happens if you just apply the makeup on the front end, and if you don't have a look on your backend, then it will somehow not really work out. So for example, if you have a crappy backend below and you have a super nice front end above, then probably after some time the front end will also not be that nice, because it will be like destroyed by the crappy backend.
Yeah.
So if we have a look at this example of this super cute, I don't know, what is it, a bear? Something like that. If we have a look at that, then we can think about the process which is probably behind it. So I found a really funny meme about that. If we think about coding, and maybe we have some developers here. I also heard that there is one developer, and I also used to be a developer. Like I did Java software development for 2 or 3 years, but at the moment, I'm not really a software developer for production stuff, so I'm a prototyping developer. That's what I would call myself. And for me, my CI/CD pipeline looks a little bit like that. Because to be honest, I tried different services, I tried different technologies and stuff, but I wouldn't add, after doing a prototype, I wouldn't add LinkedIn skills of DevOps and automation and troubleshooting or stuff. I did this on other projects, but to be honest, that could be the point. Like a process could be like that, but then the front end and the back end probably will look like the picture.
Yeah.
So the other question is, can you make up your application with automation? Maybe.
Yes, we can.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
So making up your application with automation would be, for example, to automate your whole application development process. So if anybody already heard about CI/CD, and I am not talking about CI/CD in marketing context at the moment, so I'm not talking about corporate identity and corporate design, but here I'm talking about continuous integration, continuous delivery, and continuous deployment. So, for example, when I think about automation, then I always think about a context like, where do I need it, or where would it help me? And for example, for our company, for Creative IT, our main process is the process of application development. So it's really important for us that we really have really all of the steps automated to develop a new application. And I think that this is really important, because then you can have a shiny front end and also a shiny back end, so a shiny application. And now I would like to tell you something that I am doing actually at Creative IT. So I told you that I'm not really into coding. So I do a lot of prototyping and stuff, but I'm not really doing coding. But I am, let's say, doing all the things that are needed for our product development and sales. And together with my colleague, Alisa, I think she's also here, but I'm not sure. I'm also doing the marketing stuff. So what we are trying at the moment is, we're trying to automate all of the things that we have to do in marketing and sales, because we're nerds and we're like technicians, and we're not really into doing sales stuff and doing like a lot of marketing. I mean, Alisa, she is, but I'm not really. So what we're trying to do, we're not trying to just use a CRM tool or ERP tool or some of those things to digitalize our processes. What we are trying to do is to keep it really simple, and to document everything that we need, and then to try to automate all of the stuff. So what I'm trying to do at the moment is to put together all of those bits and bytes and stuff to try to automate all of our marketing and sales activities that we have. So here you can just see a small tag. which I tried. But if you would be interested, then everybody who is interested in automation, please drop me a message and I will tell you something of what I'm trying to do next year or what I will do next year, because I will automate all of those things. And I would really like to invite you to join my prototyping sessions. They will probably be live on Twitch, but all of those information will come, so please drop me a message and then we can talk about it. And the last thing I would like to show you is how you could easily automate stuff with your phone if you're using an iPhone. I'm sorry. I hope some of you are here which are using an iPhone, and I would really like to try. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, that didn't work. Because no. Okay, my videos are not showing.
But there was, at least I heard music.
Yeah, but the music shouldn't play. That was just the music in the background, which I was which I was listening to. I mean, it's a nice techno, but but I can also show it to you here on my phone, and then I will send you the link afterwards. So I wanted to show you, for example, how to automate. So I'm so sorry, nothing is working today, but everything's fine.
Everything is fine.
So if you, for example, if somebody is asking you for, do you have time at this or that day? And it's like, you have 2 minutes left until you have to go to the next meeting. And it's like, no, I cannot check my calendar because, yeah, I don't know, I will send it to you later. So there's actually a shortcut, and you can also use it like out of the box, that you just have to select the date, and then it tells you your availability. If you give the permission that shortcut can see your calendar. And another thing, which is also really cool, for example, when you know that there is a meeting starting in 10 minutes or something, and then you can say, hey, please tell me the next meeting that is starting, and then it shows you the next meeting that is starting from your calendar. And there are like really a lot of different things that you can do. For example, I also automated a process. I don't know if I should tell it to you now, but I think my mother is not listening. But I did a little automation to remind me every day that I tell my mother good morning, and I kept forgetting that, and she was like, "Oh my God, Linda, are you okay? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course I'm okay." And now it's automated. Okay, now the music is playing again. I'm so sorry. So, thank you very much that you kept listening. And I would really be happy if you add me on LinkedIn and drop me a message, and then we can talk about a lot of more things about automation and digitalization. And I would really be happy to hear your opinions about it. I think
Thank you.
we can go to the networking part, and here you can see the last QR code, and there you can check your job if it will be automated.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm not sure if I want to know.
So I just got out of the
Okay,
presentation
check
mode.
job title. Well, um, if I just type in sales, how likely is it that sales will be automated? What do you think?
I think sales automation is with about 85%. This was one of the examples I had.
Solution sales. Oh, nothing found. Okay. How can you call what I'm doing? I have no idea. We call it solution sales, but they don't know this.
I tried different things. For example, I tried. So what did I try?
Anyone else has already tried?
I got 21% chance of automation as an information technology consultant. So
Okay, 21%. That's not.
yes,
That's good.
that's okay. I think I can live with that.
And I mean, it's
Fill my pants. The rest, whatever will happen.
Wow, 3.9%. Christina, what did you type
What
in?
did you type?
Marketing, which is funny because I started with marketing automation like years ago, but there's some parts of my job that can't be replaced.
Okay, that's really low. I thought especially marketing you can actually automate a lot. I mean, I have been in marketing, but I thought that this would be the perception that people would have of marketing.
Yeah, but only the lesser administrative things and not the creative and overall generalistic things. So this is something I think.
But for example, IT business analyst, there's the chance of automation. It's 0.65%.
Wow.
It's less than 1%. Do we have a business analyst here?
I now tried with territory sales executive, and there's 85% chance of automation. So it was really nice with you girls. But I think I need to do something else now.
I am working. I'm working as a tester, application tester. So whatever your phone is having, the application, whatever application is a Zoom or whatever. So I think test automation in testing is, I think, 90 to 95%, because we can test everything automated with the help of different tools. So we can have the automation testing in like many of the application. We can say that it should be the automated testing. What should be the next step, what should be the inputs in the application, what should be it looks like, and everything.
Yeah, that's true. But did you check it out how much it is?
Actually, I'm not able to scan this code. So if anybody has the link, so I can test that.
Yeah, it's. Wait, I can.
But app testing, I can also try to type it and see if I can find it. Nope. Application.
Only testing. Testing is like nowadays it's automated with the everything. 1 minute.
Yeah, but there are so many. Like there is photovoltaic testing technician as well.
Yes.
What could it be? IT testing, technical testing engineer, testing engineer.
Testing.
No, but I tried testers and it's unknown science with automation. It's all testing.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
But testing QA is unknown.
Software testing.
Unknown sense of automation.
Software testing specialist. Okay, I found one of them.
The thing with automation is always that you need a human to automate your stuff. So
Yes,
for
of course.
example, with testing, it would be possible that you have like a testing engineer who is automating his own steps of testing. So
Yes.
that's why I think that it's not likely that any technical job will be automated, because technicians tend to automate their job on their own, actually.
Yes, of course. We have to write some code, or we have to instruct the robots, or we have to instruct them to make something automation. So we need human at least to give the instruction to the software, to the robots, or to any instrument.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
Maybe Cornelia, Sala, Sanya, Simona, do you maybe want to introduce yourself quickly as well? Yogi, we talked a bit at the beginning, but please feel free also to quickly introduce yourself so that we can get to know each other a bit better.
Yes, of course. I used to live in Vienna, and my husband was used to work with Uno City, and we lived nearby the 22nd district. And me and my husband both working in IT. So I'm open source developer and tester, and my husband is working with Microsoft. So we are developing websites, mobile applications, websites in open source, like maybe you heard about WordPress, Drupal, Joomla, Angular, React, whatever. So we are working with that. We are providing e-commerce website developments also. So you can sell your products, your information, your books, whatever you want to sell online. We can help you without that. And my husband is also working with the Microsoft technologies, and he's in expert in CRMs, dynamic CRM, and I just not remember the other words with Microsoft, but he's working with that. So basically, we are providing all IT related services, from designing to development and testing, project management, everything.
Cool. Happy to have you in our community.
Me too. I'm sorry. I'm so glad that I meet all you beautiful girls over here, and I would like to share, if you allow, then I would like to share a basic information about how you can develop your own website in WordPress. So I will prepare a demo for that, and you can easily create your own website, e-commerce website, or simple content website with the help of WordPress. WordPress is content management system, so it has a backend and front end. You can change everything from backend with your own without code. So if you want to change color, if you want to change text, menu, whatever you like, so you can change from backend and it appears in front line. So if you allow me, so I will prepare a demo for next meetup, and I will show you that how you can easily create your own website in few minutes.
Yes, we will post the link for
Yogi, this would be a great idea. Can you just the idea via the speaker? We collect all ideas, and then we make a plan when we will held which meetup. I'll just post you the link, and then you can send in your idea of an event. Okay?
Yes, of course, of course.
What about the others? Sala, Sanya, Simone? Do you want to quickly introduce yourself as well, and why you're here? What interested you in the topic?
Sure. I can start. So hello, everybody. I'm Sandra.
Can I interrupt you just for 2 seconds? I really need to do this because we had a short discussion before, Astrid, Christina, and myself. So we talked about if someone of you guys want to share your video and say why we should win this award, why you think we should be the ally of the Global Woman Award. So if you introduce yourself and later on you say one sentence about why you like the new IT girls, why you support the new IT girls, this would be really, really great. Thank you.
It's compulsory to write in Deutsch, or English will be fine?
English is perfect.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so hello everybody. My name is Sanja. I'm actually working as well for Microsoft with Astrid. I got to know the community, I think it's not a year ago, but it's like half a year ago, before the corona's pandemic started actually. I was able to also present some topics that I like, and basically I'm here to support Linda and the rest of the community. And yeah, I think it's a really good initiative to just like meet and learn from each other, and also like have a safe spot to kind of yeah, talk about stuff that you like, but also like learn from each other and just like keep and grow the community in the end. That's all I mean. And also maybe I also work in IT, so I'm a solutions architect, and it's similar to what Linda said about prototyping. Basically, we can explore a lot of things and work with a lot of different customers, and then basically just like see how it works and try things out, but never like be stuck to one project for like 5 years and try to like make it work and have all the things. So it's kind of really fun, I would say.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Sanja. Sala or Simone, who wants to go next, or Cornelia, sorry. Whoever.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Wow. That's good news. It wasn't working before. Okay, if I may, I will introduce shortly. My name is Simone Melder. I'm 39 years old. I live in Vienna. I work for Global Blue as a senior engineer. Global Blue is an international company which is actually refunding tax to tourists. And they do this with a very huge IT landscape. And I work there in a second level support, meaning that I have 30 components at the moment, which I'm supporting and which I'm deploying, which I try to, where I try to automate to schedule them nightly, to have automated tests, smoke tests are executed when deploying, which alerting me in the night when there are problems, which are rolling back automatically when there's a problem on all nodes, stuff like this. And also I'm working with, this is all high availability concepts. So the systems need to run 24 hours, 7 days a week, which means that we work with load balancers. So we hide nodes and show nodes to the front end and do the update only on the hidden nodes. If you need any explanation about the words, I'm sorry. I try to keep it simple from now. Okay, what's my experience so far? I worked since 2012 there. I was also self-employed. I was a social entrepreneur. Me and my friend, we founded Roughboards Sportartikel GmbH in 2014, which where we did. It was a company which had a focus on social and ecological things, meaning we were working with ex-convicts and we built longboards, meaning skateboards, out of old snowboards. Reducing waste, zero waste is a good thing, I think. Maybe we can automate this.
Yes.
And I worked in sales as well. I worked also for Telekom Austria in sales before I started with IT. And currently I'm studying on the university in Krems. I'm studying management and IT. And the Spezialisierung is strategy, technology, and management. So just started and just got digital transformation a lesson today. So I'm very happy that I could continue here with this topic, and I'm thank you very much for the possibility to collaborate here to share knowledge, to help each other. Love the new IT girls.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Simone. Very, very cool. What did inspire you to do the masters in Krems, if I may ask?
It was like a dream of mine to go to the university since I can think. My parents didn't, so it was always a little bit of a out of my comfort zone to do it because I didn't had role models. And now I wanted to go to the next level because I love the idea to inspire others and to help others, especially also women. So I think I can only be a good leader if I really good if I learn it very well, and therefore I go to the university first, and then I will try to help others in this sector.
That's really beautiful. Thank you. Who wants to go next? I think there are still two. Cornelia and Salah, if I see that correctly. If you want to speak up, of course.
Yeah. So yeah, my name is Salah. I live and work in Vienna, and I work as a software tester, or how do you say it, quality assurance. And yeah, in my work, I work with developers, front end, and yeah, mostly I work. I do manual testing, but there are some things that I would like to automate, but some things, in my opinion, needs to be done manually, especially when it's something to do with front end. And yeah. And before IT, I worked in business administration, events, tourism. So yeah.
A lot that you can bring to the table with your
Yeah, and I don't have a degree in IT. My university degree is just tourism and business, totally different. So
Salah, I have a question because I can quite remember when you started testing. So how did it work out for you? Do you still like it that way? Is it turned it out as you imagined?
Yeah, I mean, it's more. It's every day there's something new, and I'm learning and learning. And now I'm working in this company for like 9 months, almost 10. And yeah, I see there's a lot of things to learn, and yeah, it's interesting.
Do you still like it?
Yeah, I do.
Great.
Yeah.
I think the sentence perfectly describes any job in IT. Every day there is something new.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. We have everyday challenges from here and then, and we learn from our challenges. So IT is like you can learn from each and every minute of your work. If you are working with IT, you are learning new things every minute. So it's pretty cool.
That's true. And Salah, why do you like the new IT girls, and why do you think we should win this award?
I think it's very important when you think about IT. There needs to be diversity, there needs to be role models, and you need to show, especially young girls and everybody else who is not a man or this typical nerd, that there's different possibilities and different roles, and because yeah, showing the way, I would say. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
One thing I need to add in automation, that in my survey of my career of 8 years of IT experience, in automation, girls or women can do better than the man, because we are always detail oriented in, like, to take care of our kids, to do household work and everything. So we know how to go into the details to make our things better. So I think girls can do much more better things in automation and manual testing, uh, whatever the platform is, not in just IT, but girls have more power to detail-oriented things in each and every field. So maybe in IT, automation and manual or automation testing or whatever, the woman will be the at the high peak of the score of high peaks than any other person.
Yes, I agree.
Girls can do everything. Yes, Christina.
Yes, of course.
Cornelia, I'm not sure. I think the audio didn't work for you. Not sure if it works now. Otherwise, please
Just reconnect.
reconnect. Yeah. Did you try to turn it off and on again? The most useful sentence in IT, but now I think it works.
It's working?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, perfect. There's a lot of settings to change to make it working. Yeah, so shortly introduction. I'm Cornelia, or Connie, as you like, working as a UX or user experience consultant for a big company. So normally, before the pandemic, I did a lot of workshops directly with the clients or with the end users. So not only with the people who are paying for it, so the people who are working with it. I think that's pretty important. And yeah, so we are having workshops and then we're doing prototypes, click dummies with Sketch and Envision, if you know that programs, and doing the front-end development sometimes. Yeah, so that's from my side. I think the meeting is really nice to have something like that to connect to everyone. And not only to girls, especially to have some diversity in IT in general. Yes.
How did you end up in IT?
I think I was always interested in it. I've already started with, I don't know, 8 years or something like that to did video editing with the first Microsoft programs and
The
played around.
The
Sorry?
live programs? One with the simple video editing stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Where you could put a lot of different effects to the pictures and short videos and all that. And then I studied at Hagenberg, so up Austria, if you know that, communication and acknowledged media. Yeah, so that's where I started.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, as time is almost up, and I think that first people already need to drop, we would have one last thing that we would like to do. Because I think a lot of people from you now said that we can bring a lot to the table, that we all have strengths that benefit the IT in general if we can share it. So maybe if you go to the link I just posted, we could share and give the answer to one more question. Thank you. Did I now share the wrong link? Okay, take the one that Christina shared to be sure. But I think it should be fine. What is the biggest strength that you bring to the table, you would say? I think that's, well, I came up with the question now. I think that's a really difficult question. And I don't know what to answer.
Yeah, that's right.
I clicked on next question and
Can you show it or should I share it because I have it open?
I don't see the results, so if you could share it, that would be nice.
Do you see it?
It's loading for me. Yes, I see it. My economic background, never giving up, empowerment, optimism, my passion, fun. That's always good. Diversity, very good point. My positive attitude, cool. I think there are actually a lot of things which makes it difficult for me now, even though I said the question, but having just one strength, I think there are so many things that we can all bring to the table, and it's super interesting for me to also hear about your different backgrounds, how you came to IT, because there are so many different paths that we all took. Some not studying at all and still ending up in IT, some studying something completely different and ending up in IT, some who always knew that they would someday end up in IT and made all the great videos with 8 years, which I also really like. So I think it's really cool. Some who actually went there on their second career path maybe, and I had a workshop actually today that said that on average people will change their area of work 7 times in a lifetime now compared to before when people did just one job. So I think 7 times is actually quite a lot, because they don't just mean that changing jobs, but staying in the same company, but really doing something very different from what you did before. So I think that's super interesting. Cool. Anything else that you can bring in? Honesty, very good as well. Cool. I love it. Loyalty. That's already good.
Okay.
More things coming in. Women power. I just saw somewhere. I like the technical background, so. And I guess it's background, and I see someone laughing. Linda, was that from you?
Okay. So.
Too quick.
I love it.
I have to cut my nails. They're too long. Nothing works.
That's so good.
So guys, I really miss like the physical events. I must say, yeah, because normally we would have some maybe a glass of wine and some snacks, but it was really nice having you all and having at least a virtual. It's really cool. Please don't forget the next one is on December the 9th, and join the meetup and the LinkedIn group and follow the page. And if
Do
you can't
all
remember
the things.
everything, send it to you. Um, and also, if you are interested in becoming one of our speakers, please just put your ideas in the form. And we have, I think we do have a really big variety of topics, so don't be afraid, just join. Doris starts drinking. Okay. And yeah, if you can share the link for the voting, that would be really great, because as we said before, we really want to raise awareness for the importance of our topics. So thanks a lot from my side. And Linda, I think you're always a pleasure, and it was a great, really great for me to listen. I
Thank you
hope
so
for
much.
everybody else as well.
Stay as brave as you are, Linda.
Yes, beautiful words at the end. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of the evening. We're really looking forward to connecting with you in December again. And please also stay active in the LinkedIn group, share your experiences, all the passion that we saw now in the call. It's so inspiring also for us all the time. We are the new IT girls all together. And I think if we can spread this spirit, via social media in real life to all the women out there who are not sure if they should follow a career in tech, I think we can all be one little part of a big thing, to help us share this passion. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening.